All right, well, let's get started. We'll have some people joining in, I'm sure. I hope everybody was able to get in on the first try. This is our second session of the night, and I was told that some people had a bit of an issue logging in earlier. So glad you made it. My name is Tim Foreman. I'm an educational technology consultant with the school board here. And with me tonight is Stéphane Bissonnette, who's Stéphane. What's your role?
I'm a computer data technician analyst for the Sir School Board.
Perfect. Stéphane has gracefully offered to be with me tonight to basically handle the sort of the stuff going on in the chat, and also to just help out with general questions and stuff like that. So we've got it's not going to be a long presentation, I'll tell you that right now. We're going to be taking a look at the Mozaik portal. I think we'll probably need about a half an hour, maybe a little bit more, depending on how many questions we have, but there's lots of time for questions. So let's just get started. So you're here because you want to learn about the Mozaik parent portal. So what is it? Let's take a look here. Basically, it's an online tool that is designed to allow for parents and guardians to stay connected and in touch with their child's school. It gives you access to all sorts of information all in one place. So schedules, homework and messages from teachers, reporting and tracking of absences, account statements, tax receipts. It's a method. It's the preferred method now for contacting a teacher. We're going to see where the teacher information is, how you can find that, and also for posting general resources and information that the teachers, the school, or the school board want you to have. So to get started with it, what I am going to do is show you where to find it first and foremost, and then I have a very short 4-minute video that I'm going to play that is it's put together by Grix, the people that put this together, and it's a good overview of how to log in, and more importantly, get your children connected to your account so that you'll be able to see their information. So it all starts with the Sir Wilfrid Laurier School Board website. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just get out of this share right now, and I'm going to bring this one up. There we go. And so here we are on the brand spanking new Sir Wilfrid Laurier website, which is really cool. They did a lot of great work on it. We find the Mozaik portal right here at the top, just sort of right in the middle. And if we click on it, it's going to bring you to the portal, but I'm logged in, so I want to log out. So I'm going to show you what you will see. Come on. Just waiting for the internet to catch up. There we go. So the way we log into the portal is very simple. First of all, actually, even before we do that, well, we click. You can change the language, English to French here, or vice versa. Oh, by the way, on this side as well is if you click here, it's the link to the apps, the Mozaik parent portal apps for both iPhones and Android devices. We'll talk a little bit more about them later, but just to let you know that this is where it is. All of this information again is right in the slide presentation that I posted a little bit ago, and I'm going to put it in again. There we go. So if you check the chat, you'll have access to it there. So what I'd like to do is play this short video for you. I'll just bring it up here like this. Just going to make sure I know you can't hear it yet, so I'm going to fix that. I think I'll just ask if anybody at this point, just for this part, if anybody has a microphone open, if you wouldn't mind closing it. Thank you. Here we go.
Hi and welcome. In this clip, you will learn how to create your own Mozaik account in order to be accessible anywhere, anytime. We will show you two different ways to create your account. Here is the first scenario. Prior to your first visit on Mozaik, you will need to create an account to access your child's information. Use the left-hand side of your screen if you want to create an account using one of your social media profiles, such as Facebook. Use the right-hand side to create an account using an email address. We will first demonstrate how to create an account using a social media profile, such as Facebook. If not already done, log into Facebook. Confirm that you want to link your Facebook profile to Mozaik. Confirm the email address provided to your child or children's school. The email address shown at that step will be the one associated with your Facebook profile. If you provided a different email address for your child or children's schools, you must change it and type the exact information. If you provided a different email address, you will need to get a verification code, which will be sent to your inbox within a few minutes. Once you have received the code, type it in the appropriate box and validate the information. Save the information and the creation of your account is now done. Using a social media connection is beneficial since once first logged in, you will not have to retype your password to get into Mozaik. Here is the second scenario. You can also choose to connect to Mozaik using your email address. If you choose that method, you will have to type your email address and password every time you want to get into Mozaik. To create your account using your email address, click on the hyperlink entitled Create Your Account. Type your email address in the appropriate box. Make sure your email address is the same as the one provided to your child or children's school. A verification code will be sent to your inbox within a few minutes. Once you get your code, type it in the appropriate box and click on Verify Code. Finally, create your password and type it twice in order to confirm it. Click on Save. If you already had an account, you can reuse the same password. On your first login on Mozaik, you will need to confirm the identity of the children associated with your account by filling out a form. Have your child's student card, schedule, or report card on hand to quickly access the necessary information. Click on Click Here to fill out the form. Fill in all fields and save. To confirm immediately the identity of the other children associated with your account, click Repeat for another child and complete once more all required fields. To later confirm the identity of the other children associated with your account, click My Family button located on the upper right corner of your screen. Click Add a Child. Repeat the previous steps to complete the form, then click Save. Your account is now created. Use the address and password you just created to further access your Mozaik. Enjoy your experience.
Okay, so there you go. Are there any questions about that video?
As of now, there's nothing in the chat.
Okay, perfect. So we can I'll just switch back over here. There we go. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward process. It's like any other sort of software that you're connecting to. There's a sign in, then there's a personal verification part to it that ties you back to the email, and then you add your kids. So I'm going to go ahead and log into mine, and let's take a look at what that all looks like. Okay, so here we go. So basically, this is the welcome page of the portal. It's actually my son Greg's account here. He's graciously allowed me to use it as a demo tonight. And so what we have here is his information, and then some basic and then messages. Basically, most recent messages are displayed on the welcome page as well. And we'll talk about messages very shortly. So if I click on Greg's picture here, it brings up a student record. And so I can go down here and you'll see that there's a few things that are available to you immediately. The first is the list of subjects that he's enrolled in this year. Also the names of the teachers. And this is a really quick way to get a hold of a teacher in one of your child's teachers, because all you need to do is just click on the, pardon me, all you need to do is just click on the hyperlink and it goes directly to their email. Eventually it goes to their email. Okay. But we won't bother waiting for that, but there you go. Sorry, I logged myself out again. Yeah, so information is right here. Most recent messages are displayed here as well. And then we have a series of options along the top here. So let's just take a little time to explore them. The first one is the schedule. For the high school students, there's actually a very comprehensive thing offered here. So basically what it does is it shows the schedule on a weekly basis. You can change the month just by clicking here. Pick the week that you want. And if you scroll down below, you have the option to download the schedule, and that will give you a copy of the same one that the high school students receive when they go to school. So if you want one for your fridge door or the wall, there you go. Down right at the very bottom, also you have the contact information for your child's school. So if you're just looking for the phone number, it's on the bottom of any of these pages in the portal. Okay. So moving along, absences. This is the place where we report absences, as well as the absences are tracked for your child throughout the year. So in this one here, you have the ability to actually report an absence in advance, so that you can you don't need to call the school. I just remembered something that I intended to put on earlier, and I'm going to turn it on right now. We're doing we've been asked to do a poll of all the participants in the sessions we did tonight, basically asking you a simple question: are you a parent of an elementary school child, a high school student, or one of both, or more of both? So if it's all right, I will just turn on the poll, and you'll see it there. And just take a second and just answer the question if you don't mind. Okay, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Sorry for jumping back in with that. Going back to schedules for a second, just a word about elementary school schedules. They don't have the same detail that the high school ones do. The elementary school schedule will basically give you a calendar that shows the PED days and the holidays. That's it. Okay, results. So this is where you can track, or this is where you can find the information on your child's results report cards. So we have 3 different areas here: ministry results, which are for the big government exams and government assessments; results and assignments. This can be a place where the teachers post information on various assessments and also assignments that have been assigned to the kids. So, and it's broken down by, as you can see, it's broken down by subject. So we'll just see if, I don't think there's anything in here yet because it is very early in the year. Let's try ethics and college. Nope, nothing yet. Okay, but as the year goes on and as the teachers use this more, this will be an area to check for what's basically what your students have, what your children have been up to in the various classes. Report cards. This is where you can find the student reports, and it goes back quite a while, actually, way back. I think this one, yeah, down to 2013. So you have you have access to all the report cards and all the notices, the communications that have been sent out over the last 8 or 9 years. Okay, moving along, finances. This is where you can access your account statement, and that's the school materials fees that we pay to the individual schools. So you have your account statement there. It's not updated like daily. It's a couple of times a year. The school will release will send home a statement, and they're posting them here now. So if you click on it, it's just going to download directly to your computer. Same thing for tax slips. And this year we are also posting the daycare tax slips here as well. So you can look for that there. Moving on, record, that's basically just the same information that we saw here when we first logged in. Messages, this is where this is the information feed for Mozaik. So as teachers, school administrators or board people send messages out, they will appear here, and they're not nested by category. Basically, it's most recent one on the top. Resources. We've got quite a few things here that we can that you can avail yourself to. General resources, parenting support. This is put together by again by Grix for the portal, and it's basic support to parents divided by category. So there's lots of stuff there on body image, violence, learning disabilities, drugs and alcohol, youth and sexuality, and support. I'll close that off without closing everything else off. Excellent. School board. We've got a couple of things here too. The MEAS Open School webpage. This was one of the measures that was put in place when the pandemic really started hitting. When we started closing schools last year, it was École Ouverte was a resource for parents, basically a group by age level, basically searchable by subject and keywords. So if you're looking for help on something with your students at home, this was a great place to look. We also have the one that our school board put together right over here in the Sir Wilfrid Laurier backpack. And this was, again, something that we'd done during the pandemic to provide materials for parents who suddenly found themselves teaching from home. And there's so much stuff that we put into it and so many resources that were gathered, we decided to keep it posted here. So now it's just something that you can come back to if you're looking for something for a little extra help with one of your children. It's divided by age and also by subject. And finally, registration. If I click on this, basically what this is the mechanism for registering your child for the upcoming year. So as before, when the information was sent home on paper, now we're going to be able to do it online, and it'll be confirmed online here. So you can check your child's school registration, and you can also again for the high schools in this case, see the course selection options that they picked. Okay. That is the big part of the Mozaik Portal. This is the information that's here for you. I'd like to open it up to questions now.
Right now in the chat, I think that I've answered a couple of them, and also many parents are also answering the questions at the same time. Don't forget that the M-Parent app is a notifying app as of now. Yeah. So therefore, once an absence or a late is being recorded by the teacher at the school, if you have the app, you're going to get a ding. It's going to say Stéphane's late or Stéphane's absent. Through the parent portal, you're going to be able to justify the absence or the late. And through the absence tile, as we see on the shared screen, you're going to be able to promote an absence in the future. You're going to be able to simply click on the tile, go to promote an absence, select a date, time, reason for absence, either absence or late, depending on the school's how they managed it for the reason of absence that they've allowed the parents to use. Then again, if the absence is being accepted at the school level, generally it is because it's a parent that is justifying the absence or delay. But if they see iffy stuff, you may get a call still, or you may get an email still. The important thing in that is that you don't share your parent portal password with your kids.
Yeah, excellent. Looking through the questions, there's a couple on homework on Mozaik, where the question is where would the parents find the homework information? It would be in the results section under results and assignments. Okay, so if you go over here, see there's nothing here right now, but it would be down here. So it's not in the portal, it's not referred to as homework, it's really referred to as assignments, but that's the location. By the way, back in the schedule for a second, one of the things I should have mentioned is another area where you can connect quite easily with the teacher by simply clicking on the class, and you'll get the date, where it is, what room it's in, and the teacher, and a link to their address, to their email address as well. Question in the chat here as well, where will the teacher, okay, with the homework, all homework is not on Mozaik. Mozaik is optional for teachers to use. We're encouraging them to, and it's part of a building process that we've been doing to sort of collect tools that make it easier for everybody to communicate with each other. But there are a number, quite a few teachers that do that more exclusively through either Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams. It's really up to the teacher to decide which platform that they want to use. So they have the option to pick the one that suits them best. Message from Kelly: I could never register my son using the portal. Why is that? There's any number of reasons. Usually what's happened is, if you are able to log into the portal but not linked to your son, there's something in the information that the school has that is not matching with what you're providing. It could be something as silly as a typo. It could be if your son's name is Robert, but you call him Bobby when you sign up, that's not going to work either. It has to match basically exactly what's in the system already. Best thing to do is contact your school's administrator. They're familiar with the program. They know what to do. They know where to look to see what the problem is. Is there a student version of Mozaik Portal? Yes, there is. It's in its infancy as far as being rolled out, but it is available. Your teachers will tell the student, will tell your student if they're going to use it. Trying to see what else. What do we have here? Okay, question about invoices. Yes, okay. I had a question whether or not our invoices noted as paid when the account is cleared. They are. As a matter of fact, I just checked on mine from last year to make sure just recently, and it is my balance. It shows a statement of account with a zero balance on it. Okay, Stefan, do we get a notification if there's homework, or do we check in every day?
If you've got the mobile app and the teacher is entering the activity being either the homework or the upcoming exam, yes, you're going to get a ding on your M-Parent app saying that there's something coming up for your child in math, in science, in FSL, in music or drama. But the teacher is the one that's going to permit the action to be sent to the notifying app, which is the M-Parent.
Question from Lorena: where do we find the open school icon? It's in the resources section right here, and it's the first option under the school board tab. Linked, where do we get linked to Google Classroom? The teacher will send that home with the student as a rule. When the students join the Google Classroom, there is actually a parent email feature that the teacher usually uses that will then connect, will send information home to you. But it would be, you would have to check with the school to see if they're using Google Classroom or not, because not all schools are. And there's the mention here, it's a shame teachers aren't required to standardize the platform they use. Mozaik could be much easier, one-stop shop. Yeah, yes, but well, first of all, it's within the teachers' collective agreement that they have the right to choose the platform that they want to use. So that's the short answer. There's there's arguments for one or the other. I know a lot of teachers that prefer using Google Classroom. I know a lot of teachers that like Microsoft Teams as well. What we like about this is it combines the activities and the information flow between the parents, but also the same with the school and the school board as well. And that is all put together in one place.
We've got a question on how do we get the link for Google Classroom. The link is either being sent to you by the teacher via an email.
Yeah.
But if the teacher is using his Mozaik Teacher, he'll be able to create a resource for his subject for all the students that he teaches to. And in that resource, he will simply put the link there. And the resource can be shared with the student and the teacher. So if by any chance an email is being deleted, the resource in the teacher's subject is never being deleted. So by accessing the parent portal or the student portal, the link is there and always accessible. We've got another question from a parent saying, can both parents use the same email address to connect to the parent portal? I would say yes, but no. In a sense that if your kid is at elementary and is going to daycare, your tax slip for daycare will be to the payee. Therefore, if dad has not created his account and he's the one that pays, then the generated internet Relevé 24 will be stuck in limbo until dad creates his account, links his child, and then can download the PDF for the Relevé 24.
There, along those lines, Stefan, there's another question or a comment really. It's also unfortunate that if you have one child in an English elementary but another in a French high school, the app is unusable.
For now, version 2 will be, that bug will be fixed. I know that they're working hard on fixing that, but they're working on it.
Thank you, sir. Question about the App Store. They don't see the parent portal, the Mozaik portal. I just Googled it, and here I'm just going to put this in the chat. We'll see if this works for you.
The Mozaik portal for parent is a web page.
Yeah, the app. Sorry, the M Parent app is
the mobile app is called M Parent.
Yeah. So here. Yeah, and like Stefan said, the app is really a notification tool for the portal. All the information that you would have in the portal itself is not all available on the app. The app's designed just to notify you that there's information there for you.
There's no due date on the bill for the statement of account. Yes and no. If you don't pay, you're going to get notification that your account is still not paid during the year, with some letters to your to yourselves. But no, the payment needs to be made. There's no due date. It's not an hydro bill and it's not a bell bill. It's your son's school items that needs to be paid for the year.
Okay, that's our list of questions pretty much. Is there anything else? Like I said at the beginning of the session, it's not a particularly dense piece of software. It's easy to learn. So there's not an awful lot more that we can delve into other than if you run into issues getting logged into it, contact your school. a pedagogy consultant, and I don't have the technical acumen to help out in a lot of these things. And the school basically is your primary point of contact for getting these things resolved.
Yes, your school secretary, or if you're in a high school, your cycle child secretary. Um, they're the one that knows you or that should know you, and they're the one that's going to be able to verify that you are yourself when you're calling. If there are any discrepancies on your statement of account, they are the one in control of those fees, stuff like that. They're going to be the one giving you the ID number for your kid, your permanent code if you lost it. If you have to change your email address, you need to call the school. By the way, if you change your email address during the year, you have to contact the school. You cannot change your email address inside the parent portal. And then if you do so, your old login account will be deleted. Therefore, you're going to have to create a new Mozaik Portable account and relink your kids. So that's one thing.
A couple of questions about busing here. One parent mentioned that they see a school bus route for the child, but they drive them by themselves. I suspect that what you'd have to do. Oh, that wasn't me. I suspect what you have to do there. Can everybody else hear that? Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah.
I suspect that the bus, you just need to contact the school, and they'll make the change.
Or you simply contact the transport department and inform them that you're giving up your space on the bus for someone else.
Yeah, any question like that? Another person has mentioned that all the information about the bus data isn't there. So again, check with the school, or check with the transportation office. Just trying to see, is Mozaik Portable available through Chrome or on Explorer on laptop? Yes, absolutely. I'm using it through Chrome on a MacBook right now.
Oh, don't use Internet Explorer.
Oh no? Okay, sorry.
No. Google Chrome, Edge, Mozilla, Safari, yes. Internet Explorer 11, since Microsoft told the end date of life for Internet Explorer 11, the functionalities of Mozaik aren't updated to cope with Internet Explorer 11.
There we go. Oh, there's a question about contact information too. I think I might have gone over that a little quickly. So if we go back over here, it's right down here. So contact information. I actually removed this because, well, I just wanted to make it clean and not post all my details online. But to edit this is very simple. You just click on modify, and then it's just like A1. And then just click save. Okay, anything else?
Tim, the session that is being recorded right now, where will it be available? A parent is asking.
I am not 100% sure. The school board people asked me to do it, but I can assume that it's going to be posted on the school board website or on the Facebook page, one or the other. So I would check in both of those places. You can find me. My coordinates are my coordinates there? No, here, I'll just type it. Yes, no, they're in the email, of course. So if you don't see it on the website in a couple of days, just send me a message and I'll point you in the right direction. Hey, Mr. How do we report an absence? Reporting an absence through the portal is the second option right here. And then it's just notify the school of the planned absence.
Yeah, as you see, you've got choose a type of absence. Those are the reason of absence. choose the type, sorry, and then choose the reason.
Yeah.
If you put other, the explanation is mandatory. You've got 200 characters to explain your reason. And once you click on submit, the secretary at the school gets a ding on her working hours.
All right,
And
great questions here.
And then when she accepts it, accepts the reason, then you're on your mobile app, you're going to get a thing saying something happened for your child in absences.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, this is where we'll wrap up. I want to thank you very much for taking the time to come out and hear us out on this, and I hope that you find it a useful tool.
Before we close, Tim, because there was good questions about the student Mozaik Portal. Please note that your child, each and every child, has a Sir Wilfrid Laurier email account. That is the prefix is the ID number followed by @swlauriersb.qc.ca, and the password is randomly generated when the child arrives at school or gets registered. After that, your child may change it whenever he wants. If he forgets about it, he can ask a teacher at school or an administrator at school that can reset the password to its original state. And that email address and password will be his credentials to access his Mozaik student account. The parent portal account, as you see on the shared screen, it's portailparent.ca, as opposed to a student portal will be on mozaikportal.ca. But the in-school administrators and school secretaries have all that information once they're going to deploy the Mozaik Portail student at their own school and at their own pace.
Perfect.
Nothing more coming up in the chat.
No. Okay, so that's it. We're going to shut down the call. Thanks once again. You have our coordinates if you have any questions, and good luck in the upcoming school year. Here's hoping for a much more normal one.
Bye, take care.